There you
No.
go. There you go. Are you ready, Ruth? We're gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. We'll be fine.
You
I
say that
miss
like
I miss Elder. Elder, I hope you're looking. I hope you're looking. We miss you.
stop. Oh my God.
We miss you.
We are recording this for posterity. Is that what you want? There you go.
We will
Uh,
be just fine. We are born for this. We are
uh-huh.
born for this. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
You are funny. You are funny.
Who when life gives you lemonade, what you do? I make a
Um,
whole new drink. It don't have to be lemonade.
we can make mixed drinks.
That's it. Make a whole new drink. Not just lemonade.
Mm,
It is well.
That's something else. You sure you
Yeah,
don't want to start?
I, yeah, I will if you want me to.
Okay. I'll let you
All
start
right,
then.
it's that
Right.
time to roll the open. So,
Roll over.
and you need to get send me the recipe for those mixed drinks too.
Yes. Hello, hello, hello. I was just back here just jamming with the music. Woo! Yes.
God, you got so much energy.
Yes, yes. Good evening, everyone out there in radio and podcast and Facebook land. You have tuned in tonight to Authors Up. I am Victoria Henderson Poole. I am here with my co-host Ruth Griffin. I am a little sad. We're missing one of what I call the Bronze Girls, and we send our love and our prayers out to Andrea Hines, our third party. We just miss you already. We don't like when you're not here. We don't like
No, we don't. We don't.
it. But we welcome everybody. Hey Ruth, how you doing tonight?
I am good. How are you?
I am fine. I am fine. We're rolling with the punches. We have a little technical. I love you all. I'm behaving.
It's too late for that. It's too late. You
I
should
am
have been here.
behaving.
You should have
I'm
been here.
welcoming the peoples. I'm welcoming the peoples. Listen, what I was trying to say was, I'm having a little technical difficulties tonight, so I am on my phone. Therefore, I am not able to see who's here unless we have like Francine said, "Good evening, ladies," and Alan put it on the screen. So if you could help with that, Ruth, if you see anybody out there that you could see on the comments who said hello, please, Facebook people, we love you. Thank you for being with us. Please like and share the live because I'm not able to comment tonight.
Okay. Well, don't forget the rest of our
I'm not
audience
forgetting them. I'm not
uh,
forgetting podcast land
and
and our
SIBN.
and our streaming inspirational
Yep.
broadcasting network. We appreciate you all. Good
Hmm.
evening and welcome to our show tonight. Oh, Ruth, you see anybody out there you want to say hi to? I saw
Just
Francina's name.
everybody. Hi.
It's like that tonight.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
like that night.
It's like that. We have an awesome guest with us. We do have an awesome guest with us tonight. But as usual, what we normally do is we do our week in review. So I guess that would be me first, maybe? Me
Sure.
first? Okay. Let's see. Let's see what happened this week. Hmm. I
Hi,
got to
Christina.
spend, hello. Hi, Christina. I got to spend some time with some friends, just hanging out, my beautiful, wonderful friends. And it was just really nice just to sit down and relax and see a movie. Had not been I think that's the first time I've been to the movies since the pandemic.
Oh, well, you were well
Yes.
overdue then.
Yes. So it's been a minute being able to be in the theater, um, or in person, and it was really a nice experience. So that was really good. Let's see. This week wasn't too. It was nothing memorable. Just went to work, went to, came home, still trying to settle, get some of these boxes out the house. But I do want to say that I have been trying to intentionally spend some more time with the Lord, and that has been beautiful. Just trying to wake up a little early, do a little writing in my journal, and praying, and intentionally praying. And then there's a group that I'm with, and we did some praying together on Saturday. So it's really nice. It's really nice to have women come together in that way. So especially with this being Women's Month. So it was a good week. I'm
Yeah,
feeling
so there you
pretty
go.
good.
There you
Yeah,
go. Sometimes you just gotta think about it. So,
exactly. So
mm,
I'm feeling pretty good and positive about life, and feel like I'm getting my second win back. So I'm grateful. What
oh,
about
good,
you?
good. Well, I mean, like you, we went and saw the movie together, so it was a great week. Um,
It was wonderful. The
it
bronze girls
was.
okay, the bronze girls was hanging out a little bit.
Yeah, we were. You were. And it was I love film. I just, for me, I eat it all up. I want to know how it was made, what it was made, I want to know everything about it. And just, honestly, I went in knowing what the movie was about and all of
Okay.
that. So it was like I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it still. So, yeah, let's see what else. Oh, I went to Bonfire tonight. I went to a friend's house. We sat around a bonfire. No
Oh.
roasting marshmallows, but I smell like I like I was the barbecue, so I'm I need to go shower after this, but it
Oh,
was
that
a
was so that was
great time.
today. That
That
was
was
today.
today. Yes, that was today.
Oh, how
So
nice.
yeah, it really was nice. I mean, the weather permitted it, and it's just, I
Yeah,
mean, it's nice to be able to get back to those things. Obviously we're not going to let our guard down. I'm not advocating everybody go do everything you did before the pandemic started, but
right,
it
right,
was it
right,
was
right.
it was great getting together with friends, and just sitting around and
That was nice. And
enjoying life.
if it was outside, that's not
Yeah.
too bad to me.
Uh-uh.
You're able to take your mask off.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and just, I mean, you know what? If there was COVID there, that fire got it. So
No, that's
it
right.
wa
Uh,
it was a lovely time, and it was just,
Good.
being able to enjoy life. That's
I
just what
like
it's
that.
about. Mhm.
You know what? That's what the last 2 days have been.
Mhm.
Just about enjoying life. I got to go. I took my daughter out earlier today, and we just went, out, just out,
Mhm.
and we sat down and had something to eat, and it was just nice,
Mhm.
just nice, like you said, being out. Do you feel like we're kind of turning the corner a little bit with the pandemic? Do you feel that way?
I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
don't know because there's still, reports out of Europe and stuff that's going out there, and we're too lax sometimes in this country.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it just, we might feel good now and hopefully we'll, you know, turn a corner and
Hmm.
maybe there won't be no repeat of
Hope
December,
you're right,
um,
right,
the summer or whatnot. So
right,
you,
right.
I've decided rather than sit there and wonder, I'm just gonna
Live
me
life.
be careful, enjoying life. So
Exactly. I was in Five Below earlier today, and I saw some people with masks, and I saw some people without, and I had mine on, and I
mhm.
wanted to take it off, but I still feel a little cautious. So
Well,
I'm
I
I'm still
mean,
I'm still wearing mine.
we got about 2.5, almost 3 years of conditioning at this point. It's
I
gonna be a
think
while
so.
before we
Yeah,
take our masks off.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, all right. Well, we do have a wonderful guest waiting in the wings tonight, and so I will let Ruth is going to read the bio. Take it away.
Absolutely. So our guest tonight is Randi-Lee Bowslaugh. I hope I got her name right. We will correct. Awesome. She's just shaking her head. All
Okay.
right. She is an author and outspoken advocate for mental health, sharing her true story with honesty. She has
Yeah.
spoken at events that promote wellness and compassionately shares her experience with her own mental health. Randy hosts a YouTube channel discussing mental health and coping strategies. When she isn't writing about her personal experiences, she writes children's stories and short horror stories. All right. She
Ooh,
is the mom of two teenagers. Good luck.
bless her heart.
Grandmother, wife, and competitive kickboxer. Awesome. Randy is a certified personal trainer who has represented Team Canada internationally. Even after battling cancer, she's returned to coaching and competing. We have an amazing guest, so we're going to take a quick break here. Guys, stick around and we'll talk to her after the break.
Welcome back, everyone, and welcome, Randy-Lee. Welcome to Authors Up. We are super excited to have you with us.
I'm super excited to be here.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Well, we're going to talk tonight about your book, which we didn't tell the title, but it's called Embracing Me.
Yeah.
Embracing Me. So can you tell us a little bit about your book? Yes, let's see it. Bring it down. Let's see it. Yes. Oh,
Lovely.
wow.
When I had purple hair.
I was going to say that's a purple hair there.
Yeah. It doesn't last long, the purple.
Mm.
Beautiful, beautiful. Tell us about your book and what compelled you to write it.
So the book is about mental health,
Mhm.
specifically my struggle with depression, and more importantly, the coping strategies that I've learned along the way and how to treat somebody who is going through that, and
Yes.
making sure that people understand that just because you have mental health, whatever it is, doesn't
Mhm.
make you less than.
Right, right. I love that. I love it. And, it's pretty personal to me. And as I was reading your book, which I love, like the book a lot. So I was reading it. It really hit home. As I have a 16-year-old. We're dealing with some mental health issues, and I love the fact that we can talk about it. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about was how you feel about the stigma. That how we can work together to end the stigma
Yeah.
about depression and mental health. Because as soon as you say those words, mental health, it's
Right. Yeah.
you hear the silence in the room.
Yeah.
So
And okay, so it's funny you say that because I just had that conversation with one of my kids' teachers because we had parent
Mm.
teacher interviews.
okay.
And so my kid, he's 15 now,
Hmm.
and he's dealt with anxiety and depression for most of his life. I think his first panic attack, he was in kindergarten.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been intense. In grade 6, he was pretty much agoraphobic, barely even left his bedroom, and we homeschooled that year. So, I mean, he's doing a lot better now, and the goal is for him to get to school, but most often he doesn't get to school. He always does his work, his grades are fine. So I'm talking to his math teacher, and they're doing this Dragon's Den project. And
Hmm.
so he has this awesome idea for it. He's been doing the work, it's going well, but there's this presentation that they have to do in front of the class.
Right.
And so these would be the same kids that he's pretty much been to school with most of his life for the most part.
Hmm.
And he was bullied pretty bad.
Mhm.
So that's another hard thing to get out of the house for. And I said to the teacher, because she said, the next time that he's in class, I'll get him to do his presentation. And I said, okay, that's fine. And I'm with you. I will try to get him there because that is the goal.
Mhm.
However, I would hate for him to fail something because of because of an illness,
Mhm.
because there is a diagnosed illness.
Yes.
And she
Come on,
kind
mama.
of stuttered.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come
She
on, mama.
kind of stuttered when I said that. Like, oh, what do I say? Because again, the stigma when you say mental health, it's not considered a real illness. So I've started trying to consciously drop the word mental health and just
Mhm.
say it's health or it's illness, because
Yes.
that's the only way the school recognizes it, is if I say
Wow.
it's an illness. He's diagnosed with this illness. So what? He's going to get a 0 on that part of his project because he has an illness that is
And it's not
preventing him?
fair. That's exactly right. It's not fair. I love
Exactly.
it. I am so, I'm just there with you. Mine's is 16,
Yep.
and we have to advocate for our children.
Yeah.
We absolutely do. And it's crazy that you have to go through that,
Yep. The
Oh my
other
God.
teachers were fine. They're like, oh no, he's doing well. All the work's in. No problem. He doesn't have to be at class.
There you
But the
go.
math teacher,
Not so much, huh?
yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
God. And you mentioned bullying, and you yourself went through that. Can you
yeah.
talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So my first kind of instance where I was bullied, I was in grade 5, and I went to a pretty small school. And so everybody knew everybody. You didn't really get too many new kids throughout the years. But in grade 5, there was this new girl that started. And
Mm.
I don't know what I did or said. Probably nothing, because that's usually how bullying works.
Mhm.
Probably nothing. And she just narrowed down on me and just bullied me, and would sing really mean songs about how I smelled and how I looked and how I was ugly and all of these different things. And when you hear that, it's not an
Mhm.
easy thing to just turn it off. Right. So as she's saying it more and more, and the other kids who I had known my entire school life, I mean, our class was only, I think, maybe 20 kids. 7 of them were girls. So we were all friends.
Mhm.
And I had been friends with them since kindergarten. And now all of a
Mhm.
sudden they were joining in on this little sing song because it was catchy.
Yeah.
So as a young kid, what am I supposed to do? I
Right.
internalize what she's saying, and I start thinking what she's saying is real.
Right.
And it's not, and it's taken me, a lot of years to realize that, but that's part of why I write about it and I advocate for it, because people are just mean sometimes, and it's
Yeah.
not you, it's somebody else.
Exactly. Exactly. Wow. Wow. When did you um when did you first discover that you were having mental health challenges? And can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So I'm going to say when I first actually knew that it was mental health, I was probably actually in college at that time. I was probably like
Okay.
2021.
Right.
However, that's just when I had the words to say what it was. I realized that I actually was depressed when I was 14.
Wow.
But
Wow.
when you're 14, you don't have the vocabulary for it because nobody was talking about it.
Right.
I grew
Right.
up in the 90s. We didn't talk about it. The early 2000s, I started experiencing depression. I didn't know what it was. I didn't even know that it was something that was wrong. I just
Right.
thought this was life. This was hormones. This was whatever. It was just normal to
Right.
have thoughts of hurting myself, to have thoughts
Wow.
of hating myself. So I didn't realize what it was until I became an adult and started learning all of these things. And again, that's why we need to talk about it more.
Yes.
We need to give the children the vocabulary to tell us and make it okay for them to tell us.
Right.
Because people don't realize that kids, as like I said, my kid had a panic attack at 5,
Mhm.
kindergarten. And he didn't have the vocabulary to tell us what was going on. The only reason
Right.
we knew is because we're like, why does your chest hurt? And you're freaking out. So we took him to the hospital. They did chest x-rays and stuff. And through conversation, whatever, they figured it out. But like,
Wow.
we have to give them the vocabulary and let them know it's okay to tell us these things.
Right. Right. Is he at the point now where he would come and talk to you?
Yeah. Yeah, which is
Good.
good. He's been through
Good.
a lot. He's been through a lot of different therapists, a lot of different
Mhm.
treatments. He actually went away for 3 months to a treatment place to help, and they did tons of assessments. He came home every weekend. It was
Mhm.
difficult as a parent to make that decision, but it was the
Yes.
right decision.
Yes.
And so it was just, he's been doing a lot better since then. That was grade 7, so he's in grade 10 now. And he now can vocalize a lot of it. He can now say, I'm feeling really anxious.
Good. You know what? And let's talk. I'm gonna turn back to your book for a minute. You talk about your feelings. Talk about your feelings and a feeling. You do a journal and a gratitude journal. How important was that to you to do a journal? Because we are journal people right here on this podcast.
Yeah, so it was really important. The gratitude journal, I actually did it as a TikTok because that was more meaningful to me. So I did, I think, almost like 70 days straight of telling the world of TikTok what I was grateful for that day. And sometimes it was there's food in my fridge. Sometimes it was the sun was shining, right? Very small, simple things. Because we don't have to just wait until something big happens to be grateful and happy. We need to be grateful every day. It's those small things that matter. And then the journaling, I mean, I've always done it. Usually for me, journaling is poetry. That's how I dealt with a lot of my depression as a teenager was all poetry. That's my first book, actually. It's all my poetry. And so that's how I journal, because journaling looks different for everybody.
Yeah.
That's what's fun about it.
Good. Well, you gave me a great segue. Tell us about your first book called Thoughts of a Wanderer. Talk about that, because this is Embracing Me is not your first book.
No, so Thoughts of a Wanderer came out in 2017. It was my very first book, yes. And so what happened, I can't remember who it was, but one of our grandparents had passed away. And so we were going through the basement because for whatever reason, every time someone passes away, we clean our basement. Probably because we get their stuff. I don't know. So anyways, we're cleaning the basement. And I had found all of the old poems I had written as a teenager.
Wow.
And I was like, I don't want to throw them out, but I don't want to just leave them here in the basement either.
Right.
And I was in a really dark place at that time myself as well. So it was helping me to reread these things and write it all out again. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to put this together. I'm going to publish this book. Because I always said I was going to publish a book. So I put all the poems together. I wrote like a beginning part about a little bit of background. I go into much more depth in Embracing Me. The more I write, the more I talk about it, the more I'm okay with it. Because in 2017, I was still kind of hiding it from people.
Yeah.
So it's not as deep. And then at the end, I write a little bit more about how I'm glad I never followed through on any of those thoughts. Yeah, that was so much fun. And then of course I got the author bug and just kept going, and 10 books later.
Oh my 10 books. Oh my goodness. Are they all about mental health?
No, some are just short little kids books. I've done a couple social stories. So both my son and I have autism. So I've written a couple social stories for other parents that are going through it, and things that I wish we would have had when my kid was younger to help them.
Yes. Randy, I love you. I love you. I absolutely love you. You're just so open and warm, and I just want to ask you about embrace. Then I guess turn you over to Ruth. I know Ruth has some questions, but with Embracing Me, how did getting all of it out in your book help you?
So I like we said, journaling is great. And because I love talking about it, because I think it's so important that we voice these things so other people are okay with voicing them. Right. And since I'm okay with being outspoken, I'm okay with sharing that. So I took it's not my journal. It's a book. It's not just my journal, but I took the concepts that I had learned and the concepts that I would be journaling about and put them into the book. Right.
Okay, last question, then we'll let Ruth talk. You talk about using affirmations. Tell our listening audience what is important about using affirmations to you, and what does that look like for you?
So affirmations Affirmations are about switching your thinking in your brain. So we are our own worst critics. We are the first people to tell ourselves that we are stupid, that we are fat, that we are ugly, whatever it is. Those are kind of the three that rotate through mine.
Okay.
So we're the first persons to say that to ourselves. And so affirmations are affirming, right? They're affirming that we are worthy, that we are smart, that we are whatever it is that you want it to be. So the important things about affirmations is it starts with I. So I am whatever it is. The other thing is
Yes.
they're positive. So you never say I am not stupid because our brains don't recognize the word not. And so it would just be I am
Okay.
stupid. So it's I am smart.
Am.
Yes,
Mhm.
I am whatever it is. And so I actually have a few of them posted throughout the house
Yes.
to help my kid too. So in the living room, right above the TV, because it's where he spends most of the time, it says, I am smart. And then in the kitchen, it says, I make healthy choices. Because
Yes.
it's not about the size of our body, which has taken me a long time to deal with. And I'm actually going to write a body image book, hopefully this year, maybe next year. And so it's I make healthy choices. Because it's not to say that we can't eat cookies sometimes. I mean, I had a non-dairy dilly bar the other day. And so they're good. Right? And then in the bathroom, right on the bathroom mirror, it says, I am beautiful.
That's it.
So, yeah.
That's it. When my youngest would get out the car in the morning, I would tell her, I am strong, I am beautiful, I am smart. And, and then I yell out the window, I am strong, I am beautiful, I am smart. And I was like, Mom.
I'm so embarrassed.
But say it, I am beautiful.
Yep.
So it's very, very important. I wish about 2 years ago, and then I don't know if I've said it out loud, but about 2 years ago, my 14-year-old Dan attempted suicide, and it's been a journey for me. The last 2 years it's just been a journey. I wish I had known you 2 years ago.
Well, you know me now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And embracing me has just I mean, it just, I don't feel so alone. Let's put it that way. I don't feel alone.
Good, because that was the purpose.
Yes, and I just wanted to tell you that if that was one of your purposes, thank you. Thank you for sharing your heart. Thank you for being transparent. Thank you for letting parents know that they are not alone and that there are things you can do to help yourself, and there are things that you can do to help your child. And so thank you for being so honest and open. And I just appreciate your book so much.
Oh,
All right,
I'm
I'm gonna be quiet.
Like it.
All right. All right, go ahead, Ruth. I'm quiet.
You sure? I think you could keep going.
I think we probably could keep talking, but she's trying to be nice.
Yes, there's a lot I could say.
All right. I'll take that as my cue. So,
Yes.
Randy, I have to say, so as someone who has dealt with mental illness, one thing that I truly, truly appreciated about your book was the fact that you focused and zoomed in on the coping strategies. Oftentimes, doctors are quick to give us our meds. They're quick to tell us, hey, good luck.
Yep.
Tell us about your journey in finding the coping strategies, especially the ones that worked for you, because I know sometimes it's trial and error.
Yeah.
You're gonna find something that works, something that doesn't, and it's not necessarily that the ones that you zeroed in on your book will work for everyone, but sometimes it's worth giving it a shot just to see if it's something that'll work for you.
Yes. So it took a long time. My very first successful coping strategy would be the poetry, because I was having thoughts of suicide, and instead of following through with any of them, I wrote about it. So when we talk about the book Thoughts of a Wanderer, you have to be prepared that a lot of that poetry is about actually killing myself. That's what it is. But it was cathartic to write it out, and then because the thoughts had gotten out of my head and onto paper, I had a bit of relief. So for me, that was a really big one, probably the most important one, especially as a teenager. And then over the years, I've done exercise, which I love. Exercise is a really big one. But when it comes to exercise, you have to find what works for you, because just like coping strategies, exercise is so different. And like my husband, he hates cardio. He hates going for a run. I love it.
Mhm.
I love running outside in nature.
Yep.
And my husband's like, nope. But
Not gonna do it.
nope, exactly. He loves lifting weights though. And I'm like, I do it because I know that it's good for me, but that's the extent of my like for lifting weights is I do it because I should. Right. So everything's different. Sometimes cardio classes are fun, or like taking classes or kickboxing. That was again another one where I could release all of that pent up that was going on in my brain was kickboxing, which actually on Facebook today, I had a Facebook memory pop up. 9 years ago, I took my very first Muay Thai class.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So that was kind of funny. It popped up today. And then, people would try to get me to try different things. Meditation. For me, I still keep trying it because I think there are benefits to it, but I struggle hard with that one.
Okay.
So it doesn't work, but I want it to, I guess. So I just keep trying. And then what else have I tried? I'm trying to think. It's hard to remember ones that don't work, right? But I've definitely tried different things. Oh, therapists used to say if you're feeling very anxious or whatever, you dunk your head in super cold water. I don't like that one. I don't like that one at all.
I never got that one.
What you talking
yeah.
about, Randy?
Yeah.
Talk about Randy.
I don't like that one. Awesome for the people it works for. It's not working for me.
I wouldn't even suggest that to my child.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then I think we have to watch ourselves when we start using negative coping strategies. So I'm super bad for being an emotional eater. So that is my bad coping strategy. It's like I said, it's okay to have a treat, but it's when it becomes all the time. So in my depressive state, I used to just sit with like a tub of ice cream and a spoon and just shovel it in.
Wow.
That's not a good thing.
Right.
Having a little bit of ice cream, that's fine. Ice cream's delicious.
Right.
But the whole tub. And then of course there's like spending sprees. Sometimes it feels good to go shopping and buy stuff. And that's fine within reason again, but it's when it becomes too much.
Right.
And then I was really lucky. I never turned to drugs. However, my brother, that was his coping strategy. And unfortunately last year he died from it.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's actually the book I'm writing right now, is about losing somebody to an addiction, because again, it's another really important thing that people don't realize. I mean, people can be in a completely active addiction where they are doing whatever drug of choice it is, and you don't even realize it. Like to look at my brother, he didn't look like a drug addict, like a picture in your head comes to. So, so I was really happy that I never went down that road, and I have him to thank for it because I saw he was older than me. And so I would look at what he was doing and what was happening in his life. I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that. So he saved me. So that's good. So yeah, I think we just have to really watch ourselves when it comes to those negative coping strategies and focus on those good ones, like the exercise or meditation or running. And then bubble baths. I know so many people are like, when it comes to self-care. So self-care is a really important one. And I love bubble baths. And so many people I've seen write on their Facebook these big long rants about, don't tell me that a bubble bath is self-care. That's just cleaning yourself. I like your face, Victoria.
There's a science to a real good bubble bath.
Exactly. When I am just trying to clean myself, wash my hair, whatever, I'm having a shower, and usually my kid is walking in on me. So like, that's not self-care. When I'm having a bubble bath, I tell them I'm having a bath.
That's number one.
Me. We have a bathroom upstairs you can use. Lock the door. Right. Usually I take a good book in there with me. Right. And it's peaceful.
Yes.
It's quiet. It's my time.
Yes.
So for me, a bubble bath is self-care.
And a million bubbles and some candles.
Yes. Oh yeah. I got a nice body scrub too to like just feel fresh. Yeah.
I have to say it is amazing because our journeys sound very similar. My husband has been a gym rat since he was like 13. And he was always, "Oh, you need to go to the gym. You need to go to the gym." And I was like, I hate the gym.
Yeah.
But then I started running one day and I have not stopped since. It was just amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I will run today instead of going to the gym, but I feel better after I do it. And I
Yeah.
know that my body is better for it. And like you said, it is important to find those things that work for you. Like you, I tried meditation, that didn't work out for a while. I love yoga, but it's just my brain is everywhere except
Yes.
there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So whoever that works for, that's great. Keep doing it, but it's not me.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, so it's just it's amazing, but it is like you said, it's important to find that thing that works for you.
Yeah.
And I thought it was interesting, going back a little bit to, you were writing about ending stigma, and it you wrote ending stigma by embracing me, and I thought that was just so. That was what I got out of the book. Let's put it that way,
Oh,
because
good.
for me, it is, I started my treatment when no one was talking about this, when it was,
Mhm.
you know, I have been, my first episode that I remember was when I was 15 years old. So at this point, it
Mhm.
is well over 20, almost 30 years that I had my first episode. And no one was talking about that. That was a big secret.
Mhm.
But it's just, it wasn't okay to embrace who I was. It wasn't okay to embrace me. And I think, the message of your book is definitely to say, when I embrace who I am, and all the things that go on with me,
Yeah.
that's when we start removing the stigma. That's when we start putting this conversation out there. And I think that is the important part of, um, from what I saw from your book. And I
Yeah.
think that is just remarkable.
Yeah. That was definitely another one of those purposes of the book, because
Mhm.
I don't think I could have or could be in a place that I am right now where I am happy. I mean, I still have bad days. I mean, everybody
Mhm.
does, right? But I'm in a place where I am happy with myself. I am not constantly belittling myself. Um, and I wouldn't have been able to do that without embracing myself, without embracing my quirky side, my odd
Mhm.
side, my weird, right? That was really hard to hide all the time. And
Mhm.
then
Mhm.
it made me think, oh, people don't appreciate that. They don't care. So, and I have to be perfect. That was another really big one for me, is I have to be perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that took a long time to realize I don't have to be perfect. I'm
Mhm.
perfect with being me. I am the
That's right.
only best me that there will ever be.
Come on, sister.
So and as I was writing the book, I didn't have the title first. Sometimes I come up with a title and don't know what I'm
Uh-huh.
going to write. But
Yeah.
this one I started writing, and as I was about halfway through, I'm like, embracing me. Yeah.
Mhm.
This is the perfect title.
It is. It is. That's perfect.
Once you
So
live your truth, you're good.
that is right.
Exactly.
That's right. So tell us, where can we find the book?
You can get it on Amazon. It's
Mhm.
you can get e-copy or paperback. So you can get it on Amazon. That's pretty much the best spot to do it, because then I don't have to worry about shipping and stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Get the book. That's my
Yes.
line.
Oh, I
Get
like
the
that.
book. Get the book. It
Yeah.
is it's really cute.
Mhm.
Not just cute, but just I
It's
just
life-changing
so
for
many
someone.
words. It
Yeah.
is. It is. It
Mhm.
is. Like I said, I wish that I had your book and some of your other writings 2 years ago, but I'm tapped in now. Tapped in
Good.
now.
That's
It's
right.
amazing. It's already you've already helped me, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you
Aw.
for having the courage
Mhm.
and being transparent in your writing. And it shows that you really are trying to help somebody else.
Yeah.
And by embracing yourself. And you are helping others, and it's just amazing.
Yay.
It really is.
Yeah.
Oh, and that is my first audiobook, so you can get it on Audible.
Oh,
Ooh.
awesome.
And I
Awesome.
narrated it myself. I'm
All
not
right.
one day I am gonna have all my books on Audible, but I think I need to go back and redo some of the audio for that one because I think the quality could be better. But it was my first book. It was good. I think it's good. And I think, and I'm being very, I don't know, I'm not belittling myself, so that's important. I think it's really important that when we write nonfiction books, that if you can, as the author, be the narrator, because
absolutely.
nobody can tell my story better than me. So
come on, that's one of our taglines.
Yes,
we believe that. That's why you're on the show right now.
Yes.
Nobody can tell that story better than you, and you've definitely brought life to this book for us.
Excellent. I am so glad to hear that. So yeah, that one's my first audiobook. So you can definitely check it out on Audible. I love audiobooks.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
Some of us do.
Yeah.
Some of us do.
All right. So, Randy, where can our listeners find you online?
So I have a Facebook page, which is RB Writing. That's also my website, rbwriting.ca, because I'm in Canada.
All right.
I'm on Instagram at Randi-B Writing, because RB Writing was taken. And then my YouTube channel, which is also, you can listen on any podcast platform that you listen to. It's called The Write or Die Show. And it's write like you're writing something, so WRITE. But make sure you put Write or Die Show, because somebody already had Write or Die. So Write or Die Show. And I'm on TikTok under the Write or Die Show.
All right.
Okay.
So those are all the awesome places. And I'm on Twitch if you like to watch Twitch.
Okay, now what's that? That's something new.
Yeah, so Twitch is a streaming site, and it started with like just gamers doing their gaming, streaming it live. And so, thank you. And so a lot of other people started going on Twitch, and I had one of the guests on my show tell me that he was on Twitch doing his writing live, so people can actually watch you live as you're writing and doing it. So I've started streaming on Twitch, so you can also find me there. Under my name, Randi-Lee Bowslaugh.
Oh, I'll have to check that out just because I'm nosy.
Okay. I don't know if I want to do all that, but I might
definitely subscribe on YouTube, because I'm at 129 right now, and I'm like, I don't like that odd number. I don't want to hit 1,000.
We can do that. Awesome. Yeah. All right. Well, Randy, thank you so much for coming on our show. We really appreciate you, and we just tell our readers, get the book.
Get the book.
Thank you guys so much for having me. This was awesome. You guys are awesome hosts. So much fun.
Definitely was. All right. Any ending comments that you would have for our listeners, Randy? If something that you want to share, something on your heart, just want to tell everybody, you have a few minutes.
Okay. Well, I think I've kind of said it all, but I'm going to repeat it. You are the best you in the entire world, and nobody else can be a better you. So don't let other people's expectations change you.
Wow.
All right. Thank you so much for being with us. Listeners, let's see. Anything we have to talk about, Ruth? You want to tell about the book bundle?
We'll announce it next week.
Okay, yeah, we'll be announcing who will win our book bundle. We had a little contest this month, and we are going to give away 5 books that we have in our reading library, along with the mug. And we had asked our listeners and the Facebook folks to comment, and so we will announce the winner next week. Any closing remarks, Ruth?
Just, you got any questions? You want to be on our show? Email us at authorsup@gmail.com.
All right. And I think that's all that needs to be said. We again thank Randy for being with us. We appreciate you. We will be back next Sunday. Will we have another author next week?
Yes.
We have an author? Okay.
Yes.
Yep, we'll be back next Sunday, 7:00 p.m. right here. Same dial, same bat channel. We'll be right here. Thank you for being with us. We just always like to tell our listeners we appreciate you, because we couldn't do what we do unless there was you. So we thank you. We hope you have a blessed week. Thank you for hanging out with Authors Up, and we'll see you next week. Good night.